Good morning to my students for HTM 108 for the legal aspects for the hospitality sector or industry. So in here, I am going to discuss with you the law of hospitality, and I hope that you're going to understand what I am going to share with you, because we are also going to have a discussion with this during our consultation schedule. Okay. On the first slide, so what is hospitality law? So even though our course, so by the way, I would like to inform you that even though our course has no exam to pursue after you graduate, is for example, it has no board exam or it has no yung licensure exam that we need to take. We always follow the rules and regulations of legalities, because we are actually serving to people, and when we say serving to people, we are handling lives. So we give them food, we give them drinks, so whatever that they are going to ingest and that will cause them problems or maybe death, that is on us. Okay, so we are going to have hospitality law, just so we can understand the basic legalities that we need to follow or protocols, so that we will not going to jail or maybe be sanctioned for lawsuits. Okay, yung mga kaso. So what is hospitality law? So it relates to the food service, travel, and lodging industries, and it governs the various nuances of the hotel, restaurant, bar, spa, country club, meeting, and convention industries, among others. So it means that it covers all or most of the time yung mga hospitality providers involving yung physical services, in which we have sa atong industry. So it is a legal and social practice related to the treatment of a person's guests or those who patronize a place of business. So hospitality laws are intended to protect both host and guest against injury, whether accidental or intentional, because it doesn't mean that customers are always right, but when there is a time na ang customer ninyo lubaon mo, subagon mo, or man dapat sa inyo ha, then you have the right to sue them to the court. Okay? So the recent spurts of food poisoning cases and increasing awareness of food illnesses brought about the carelessness or negligence of hospitality providers. It has brought or have brought hospitality laws front and center in the public conscience. So similarly, terrorist attacks against hotels abroad have also demonstrated the importance of hospitality law, even in international affairs, especially as they pertain to protecting guests from harm. Because ganito kasi ito, in the hotel kasi, we always keep it in mind to always protect our guests. So therefore, we do not know if yung pumasok sa hotel are members of a gang, mafia, or underground group, and they are actually doing bad things. Sulod silang kwarto, or maybe they have a business na wala nakabalo, because we share confidentiality with our guests. Therefore, we have this law to protect yung mga providers of hospitality. So American hotel operators have several legal duties to their guests. So if you have noticed sa TikTok, I have seen these videos na some of the places in specific motels or hotels or inn, they have placed mga CCTV cameras. They are very small so that the guests cannot see or notice, because they are protecting the guest, and for privacy purposes, it's actually a bad idea for hospitality providers. But then right now, iba na yung procedure. So the procedure is, as long as it's only placed in an area where the security of the establishment can see the guest, then it's actually acceptable. But then if mag-asawa kayo and then there's a CCTV camera there, it's really not good, right? So they have legal duties to their guests, legal security, and they're expected to protect guest safety and avoid negligence. So hotels must also protect the confidentiality of their guests, identifying information. We are not allowed to divulge or even give to someone or post in the social media any personal things about our guests. Okay. So refrain yourself from using your social media from now on, from posting anything nonsense to divulging everything about you. No, those informations that are really personal. No, like say for example yung maiden name ng mama niyo, because when you when you apply for insurances, no, or benefits, hackers can hack, no, your information because you have posted them online, and therefore it will not only give you problem, no, but then there are some cases na ma-appeal pa yung himuhang family. So therefore, you choose no filter all of your postings no, sa inyong social media. They must hire, manage, and fire employers just like any other business, and they must prepare and execute a seemingly endless stream of contracts. No, hotels must also be obligated to protect their guests from criminal harms like theft of belongings left in rooms or other harms, possibly even terrorist attacks. So it is our duty not to always take care of our guests' safety and security. So restaurants have a duty to sell food suitable for human consumption. If mahilo ang guest gano'n, magsakit yung tiyan, therefore we are being investigated. No, so they also must protect customers against slips or falls, food poisoning, and other personal injuries. That is why during this pandemic, guests are not allowed to come inside any establishments that do not provide no good air ventilation, because the establishment might give virus no to the customer. So therefore, always be mindful that the lives of the customers are much important than ours. No? So duty to guests. So the hotels and other business operators are expected to act cautiously and use reasonable care to ensure that their premises is free of risk. So not only you are protecting the guests, but also you're protecting yourselves. So you put the guest first. Okay. Okay, so hospitality law does not protect the business owner against charges of negligence if it is the if the action is caused by the owner or the employer. So if ever na injured ang atong guest, no, and then sala siya sa waiter or waitress or any associate, no, or empleyado within a hospitality establishment, then this law does not no protect the owner or the employer. So keeping customers safe is our first priority. No, so this is one of our duties. So food safety laws play a major role in hospitality industry. A knowledge about how to clean and store food can keep your customers safe and help your business avoid lawsuits and fines. No, by always keeping in mind always practice hygiene, no, and sanitation. Other safety laws include Hotel and Motor Fire Safety Act, which maintains a list of hotels that meet minimum fire safety guidelines. So we need to also think about the welfare, no, of the employees and also the customers. The second one is protecting your reputation. So the knowledge of hospitality regulations protects your business's reputation. Discriminating against people based on sex, race, religion, disability status, or age can draw unwanted negative attention. No, so staff members should be trained to understand what constitutes discrimination, so they're aware of their legal obligation to respect diverse workers and patrons. So you as student, no, as early as now, we are training you to always kumbaga improve your character, those negative and yung pwede natin maano ba under certain conditions, no, you are choosing this course because you love the field, I presume. So I want you to list down, you know, all of these negative things that you have. You know, be honest about yourselves, and then you change to them one by one. Bisag really good at it. So, but then there's, you know, continuous improvement, no, because if you're going to work in a hospitality industry, you're going to be trained, to be yung baga, you putting the safety of your customer as well as the reputation of your business by not discriminating your customers. Okay, so you need to improve your personality or your characteristics. And then honoring agreements and fair marketing. So let's be honest, no? Hotels must adopt fair and honest marketing practices. Dili ka pwede manimbong sa atong mga customers. So deceptive marketing is illegal. For example, if you advertise one price, then an employee refuses to offer that price to a patron, you could be sued for deceptive marketing. So advertising an as low as price could be considered a form of bait and switch advertising. If the price seems to never be available and customers are instead guided to higher price accommodation. So I will share to you later on my experience about upselling. When we say upselling kasi we give yung highest price, to our customers. But always remember to be open-minded, when it comes to these things kasi nga we have customers that you considering the status of their lifestyle, dili ka pwede ka moingon na, oh, mahal ni among restaurant, that's why you can afford this. No? How about thinking of maybe advertising something na makaya sa iyahang bulsa, no? Do not think about yourself only. So you're thinking about your customers because they're the ones, being loyal to the business. So dili ikaw ang himog loyal sa business because you're thinking only about your salary, But you need to be hospitable to your guests so that magbalik-balik sila. And over time, you can just present to them the prices of a certain product that you think or you seem na makaya nila. You seem to think makaya nila. So always be vigilant about your customers. Sila ilahon nimo, lantaw nimo ilahang the way sila mubarog, the way they approach you, especially if ang inyong restaurant is high-end. If dili man galing siya high-end, nasa mga medium lang siyang restaurant, then do not give them a much higher price. No, it's actually being deceptive because you're only thinking about upselling yung mahalon ng mga things. No, always be honest. Okay, and then record keeping for hospitality laws. So food businesses have to maintain tip sheets indicating the tips employees receive a tip out, and hospitality businesses must keep accurate and up-to-date employment agreements and payroll tax paperwork. Without proper record keeping, your business could get into trouble with a variety of governmental agencies, over or underpay employees, and even miss out on important tax deductions. Always know this, that the hospitality establishment should always be fluid, and transparent with their transactions, specifically payments sa taxes and also sa mga pasweldo sa mga empleyado. Because there are some cases wherein gina-check or gina-inventory ang isa ka establishment, then it depends on the establishment kung sa ilahang procedure about that. But if you are to be working under the accounting office or the department, be reminded, to be honest, and always keep all the records, up to date so that pag-check walay problem. Okay. So I'm going to exit this presentation now. Okay, because we are okay. So we are done with the discussion for the introduction of the hospitality law and what is it all about, And even though we do not have any licensure exams or board exams, do not be yung feeling ba nga may you feel like maulaw ka. It's because the industry do not have those. But then always remember that you can always take exams if you want to have a personal development or professional development, for yourself. You can always choose another path other than hospitality, if you are just open to positivities. Okay, so I hope that you have learned something from the introduction of the hospitality law, and we are going to discuss this further during our consultation. So thank you and be safe.